Well, as we continue to wait for the outcome of the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals opinion in the cases challenging Illinois' gun and magazine ban, the lead plaintiff in one of those cases out of Naperville continues to wait, and his business, I'm sure, is just being impacted all over the place. Robert Bevis joins us now. He is the owner of Law Weapons, here with Springfield's Morning News on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk. Robert, thanks for taking time with us. This can't be cheap, right? Your case has gone all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court, so I imagine the legal bills are stacking up.
Yeah, that's for sure, Greg. Good morning, and thanks for having me today.
No, absolutely. So I guess for people just now tuning in, we'll get to some of the background and how we got to where you're at right now. But talk about a fundraiser you've got coming up just around the corner.
Yeah, this Sunday we're having an open house fundraiser at Law Weapons. That's in Naperville. We're at 1539 North Aurora Road. And we're going to have live music out there, raffles, gun and ammo raffles, and concealed carry classes. A lot of food, drinks. We were going to be trying out the virtual simulator, maybe even taking a ride on the LMTV that Law Weapons owns, and door prizes. So fun for everybody. And all ages are welcome.
And give us the time and location again.
So, again, it's going to be at Law Weapons in Naperville, and it's starting at 11 a.m. It's going to go till 3:30, 4 o'clock or so. And, I'll be there to answer questions and meet other Second Amendment supporters. We'll be giving updates on the legal cases that we have going, and also a new one that may be filed here soon, as well as just answering all their questions. We'll have firearm instructors there, and you guys can come over, pick their brains, eat some good food, and enjoy the event.
And again, the date, is it this Sunday?
Yeah, it's this Sunday, August 13th.
All right.
At 11 a.m.
So put that on your radar if you're interested in helping out Law Weapons raise funds for their legal bills. I don't know how much you've racked up, or if you want to share just how much, but I imagine that it's hard to offset that if you're not able to sell semi-automatic weapons, as is banned by the state of Illinois.
Yeah, it's been really rough, Greg, because that's one of our primary products that we sell. We actually manufacture them as well. But just to let you know, we did hire an economist who's going to go through exactly what the losses are and the costs of this entire, unconstitutional ban on these firearms. But the guesstimation is we've probably spent over $500,000 in fees right now and have lost more than $1 million in sales. For sure. But it's definitely very taxing. So we're hoping everybody will come out and buy some raffle tickets too. You can get them on our website at lawweapons.org, or come on out to the event and pick them up right there. You don't have to be present to win, but if you're going to win a firearm, you got to have your FOID card. Another unconstitutional document.
Well, and that's a set of lawsuits that we're still tracking as well. We've got a case out of Sangamon County that's expected to be appealed after a local county court's judge sided with the state on that. But that's another case altogether. Robert Bevis with Law Weapons, you filed your challenge against Naperville last year before Illinois even had its ban on semi-automatic weapons and magazines over certain capacities was enacted. But you later then amended your complaint to include Illinois' ban. And really, I think your case being so much more advanced than the other challenges of the state law, that really put this on a fast track and got all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. Walk us to that point where it did go to Justice Amy Coney Barrett, but then it went back to the Court of Appeals.
Yeah, absolutely. So back in August of last year, so 1 year ago, on actually the 16th, Naperville enacted an assault weapons ban on the commercial sale, which affected just me and one other gun shop in the city of Naperville. At that point, I sat down with the family and we said, hey, do we want to fight this or do we just want to move? Remember, the Illinois law hadn't come into effect yet, but we said, you know what, we're going to sit there, we're going to stand our ground, we're going to fight for our Second Amendment rights and try to help everybody in Illinois, protect their rights. So we filed the case in the Northern District. It was, unfortunately, it was denied by Judge Kendall. And so then we went to the appellate court. The appellate court refused to allow our preliminary injunction. So we went to the Supreme Court, and that's where Amy Coney Barrett went ahead and requested, briefings, full briefings from the city of Naperville and the state of Illinois, which was unheard of. We didn't expect them to even look at it and just deny it right off the bat. But it's very obvious that they're poised to make a decision on a gun rights case. I think 2024 is definitely going to be the year of the gun for Second Amendment rights, and we're going to fight this till the end. So we hope that we'll get as many supporters as possible to stand behind us. And as far as the case goes, yeah, we are the lead case, so all the other cases are attached to ours, and we expect to have some type of ruling soon. If we don't, I've instructed my lawyers to file another motion to the U.S. Supreme Court asking them to step in, because this is an emergency basis. People cannot buy guns, and our rights are being violated. A right delayed is just like denying our rights. So we're hoping to get a resolution very soon.
Robert Bevis with us, and obviously there's other possible lawsuits that could be filed. I know we talked with Thomas Magg a couple of weeks ago, and he said that he's crafting his Fifth Amendment argument that he originally had filed in state court out of Crawford County, but that was transferred to federal court and lumped in with the Southern District cases that did get a preliminary injunction on the Second Amendment argument. They put the Fifth Amendment argument on the back burner, but Magg says that it's expected that he's going to file a Fifth Amendment challenge to challenge the state's gun registry. That's part of the state's gun and magazine ban. But you had mentioned that you're possibly going to file another lawsuit, or at least an expedited request from the U.S. Supreme Court. Talk a little bit more about that. Is that just based on the case and the trajectory where it's at right now, and how we're all still waiting more than a month now for the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals to issue their ruling?
No, but from what I understand, there's a lot of people that are on the TRO out of Tom DeVore's case, about 7,000 people. They have this Illinois ban does not affect them in any way. They are immune from it, and they're able to go out and buy the firearms they like.
And that includes gun stores, right, that are part of that TRO?
That is correct, yes. But because we are in the city of Naperville, that state law does not affect the city of Naperville's ordinance. So when Freedom Week happened, everyone went out to buy guns that were allowed to. We weren't able to sell, and we're not able to sell to people on the TRO. I have right now probably 75 firearms in our store that people have bought on the TRO and had shipped to our store for a legal transfer that we're unable to give them because Naperville's ordinance. So from what I understand, Thomas Magg has got together a whole bunch of the TRO holders, and he's going to go ahead and file another lawsuit directly against Naperville for the Second Amendment issue, as well as the violation of this court order.
Robert Bevis with us from Law Weapons. Of course, this case is continuing forward, and we'll be watching this closely. I did want to get your reaction to another law that could be on the books soon. You're not just a gun store, you're also a gun manufacturer. And what do you think of the Attorney General's legislation that the governor is expected to sign to allow for lawsuits against manufacturers for how they might advertise?
Yeah, well, I'm not real happy about that one. I think it's another infringement again. Look, automobile manufacturers are not responsible for people that drive drunk and crash their cars. We can't be held responsible for the way somebody uses a firearm if it's in a nefarious way. As far as the advertising, I think that is a big stretch. I haven't seen any advertising where they're advertising to young kids or to people to use it in a paramilitary way. The firearms, standard marketing. I mean, look, I see marketing on marijuana stores. Their signage and some of the literature that I've seen out there is, that's a federal issue right there. It's a federal regulated drug, a narcotic, but there's nothing being done about that or alcohol or anything else. So I don't think that this is going to go very far, but if he signs it, we'll challenge it as well.
Robert Bevis, greatly appreciate you taking the time. As always, give us the details about your fundraiser.
Okay, one more time. It's going to be this Sunday, 11 a.m. at Law Weapons. come on down, get your raffle tickets. You can buy raffle tickets on our website as well, which is lawweapons.org. But come out, enjoy the food, meet me and a bunch of the instructors and other people that we have out there. Like I said, we're going to have a live band, plenty of food, raffles, games, rides on the LMTV, as well as the virtual simulator. So we hope everybody will come out and support us. Please do.
Well, we'll definitely be in touch as soon as we find out what's next with the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals or with any future litigation that is expected. But we've got that January 1st deadline that's also ahead for people to be required to register their firearms with Illinois State Police or face criminal penalties. So we'll see what kind of resolution comes before that, if any does at all. Robert Bevis, thanks again so much. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Greg, and hope to see you out there this Sunday.
I'll see if I can make it up. We'll see. I appreciate it. It is Springfield's Morning News on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and